Sergeant Frank Spike sat behind his desk and looked out of the window. Outside, cars moved slowly in the cold, gray rain. He looked down at the gray hairs on his arms. His round stomach pushed against the desk. This was his final month before he retired from the police. For Frank, his last day couldn't come too soon. Frank felt angry as he thought about the money he would get when he retired. It wasn't enough money to pay for a short holiday on the cold and rainy east coast of England where he lived. It certainly wouldn't pay for his dream holiday, a luxury, round-the-world cruise. Just then, Inspector Spencer came to Frank's desk. Spencer had perfect white teeth and he was always smiling. 3 years earlier, Spencer had been promoted. Now he was an inspector at the young age of 40. Frank wasn't so lucky. He had worked for the police for 40 years and he was still a sergeant. Frank knew he wasn't as handsome or as friendly as Spencer. Sorry, Inspector Spencer. But Frank was a better policeman. Frank had a nose for crime, and Spencer didn't. That nose meant Frank could think like a criminal and solve the most difficult crimes. As a result, the younger man often asked for Frank's help. In fact, it was the only time Spencer spoke to him. "Hey, Frank, can I ask you something?" asked Spencer. Frank wasn't surprised. "Do you know who the Babingtons are?" Spencer continued. Everyone knew who the Babingtons were. Ronald Babington was the super-rich owner of Babington Oil, and his wife Tabitha was a model. Together they loved showing how rich they were. They often appeared in magazines like Hello, with their beautiful house and their collection of cars. Last month, Ronald had bought an enormous diamond for Tabitha. The diamond sat in a large gold and glass case at the end of a long, red carpet. There was an alarm system to keep it safe. Spencer continued to explain. "Someone told us about a plan to steal the Babington diamond." Frank tried to look as though he was surprised. "Peggy, the owner of the Dog and Duck Pub, heard 2 local criminals making the plan," Spencer said. "She asked us to keep her name secret, of course." "Okay," Frank said. He waited for the question he knew would come. "So," Spencer asked, "what should we do? They haven't committed a crime yet." Frank looked out of the window. He remembered his retirement money. He didn't want to be alone in his retirement, but the money wouldn't even be enough to buy a cat. The sound of a car outside brought him back to the conversation with Spencer. He put his fingers together under his chin to look as if he was thinking. In fact, he was, but not in the way Inspector Spencer expected. "Listen, do this the clever way," said Frank. "Let them steal the diamond. If you catch them with the diamond, you can arrest them, no problem." "But, Frank," said Spencer, "we would need the Babingtons to agree. And there are laws against trying to trick criminals like that, you know. That's why you let them steal the diamond. Then, as if by chance, you stop them for driving too fast as they escape. Search the car and find the diamond. You don't need to tell anyone that we knew about their plan. And they'll go to prison." Okay. Spencer was uncomfortable with the idea Frank was suggesting. But he knew it would work. Frank continued, "Of course, the officer who arrests them needs to be reliable." Spencer understood immediately. "Are you sure you want to do it, Frank? It could be dangerous. I'll take 2 young officers with me." "But, yes, of course I want to do it." "Why?" asked Spencer. "You're going to retire soon. Don't you want to take it easy?" "That's exactly why I want to do it," Frank replied. "My last case will be my best.